Hello and welcome to How Not to Play, the channel where I draft magic badly. Today we are going back into the Lost Caverns of Ixalan for another quick draft. If you want, you can catch me drafting live at 10 p.m. Eastern on my Twitch channel in the description below. But for now, let's go ahead and get on into the draft, see what we do today. And it looks like our rare for the pack is Hit the Mother Load. This does look like a really good build around. In order to really build around this, you would have to have a lot of ramp into a lot of big things, but then you would be just as likely to hit your ramp spells off of the Discover as you would your payouts. So this looks like something you would really have to construct your deck very carefully around. I don't think it would be very good in a limited environment like draft. So I don't think we take it here, as much fun as that would be. We do have Spyglass Siren, is a really good one-drop flyer, potentially a 2/2. Diamond Pickaxe, whenever it attacks, create a treasure token. That is really good for one drop to equip. Cavern Stomper is going to be a big win the game threat that you would love to hit off of Mother Load. Honestly, we could go anywhere and do anything with this pack. I don't think Hit the Mother Load is the correct card to pick, so I'm tempted to go with Cavern Stomper because I haven't been able to play the red-green Dino deck, but I think Spyglass Siren is just going to be a better pick. I don't know. You know what? I want to play Dinos. Let's play Dinos. We'll take the common. And here we have another Cavern Stomper, but if I'm going to play Dinos, I'm really going to want to look for some ramp. And there does not appear to be any ramp in this pack. What we do have is Spring-Loaded Saw Blades. 2-drop, deal 5 damage to a tapped creature. So they swing in, you spring your trap, and then later you can crew it into a 5/5. I mean, that is just really good. But it's white, and I feel like I have played white in literally every draft so far. But it is the best card here in the pack. Alright, here we have Bristleback is our Forest Cycler, also a very good body. So that is going to, I think, be my pick here. We also have the Sandwing, which is the Plains Cycler. Also a really good dino, but I don't know that I'm going to end up in white, but I do really want to be in green. So we're going to go for this Forest Cycler here and hope that we find some ramp. So we'll take the dino. I think we'll have to go with Tinker's Tote. It's 2 critters early to hopefully help block any early game until we can get up to our late game. So I think that's about our only play here. Got another Tinker's Tote. River Herald Guide is a pretty good early creature. We've got another Forest Cycler and our Hidden Courtyard. I'm going with the Dino. I'm going with the Forest Cycler. I'm going with the Dino. Capybara with Descend. Really nothing in this pack. Cartographers creates a map token. I guess that's as close as I've got to ramp out of this pack. Dinotomaton is technically a dino, so I guess we'll take it. This pack is just really bad. Tomb Raider, Walk with the Ancestors lets us get something out of our graveyard plus a Discover, so that's not a bad card. Promising Vein is the Evolving Wilds of the format. If I end up going 3 colors, I'll definitely want the color fixing, so we'll go for the Promising Vein here. Glorifier Suffering. I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about this card. I do have some stuff to sacrifice with the Tinker's Tote and whatnot to get the +1 counters. 5 power for 3 mana is good. But I've just... As strong as this card should be, I just don't have very good experiences with it. I'm tempted to take the Spiketail here for the Swamp Cycler, or the Buried Treasure. I think I'm going to go for the Buried Treasure here for the mana fixing. Simply because I don't really know what colors I'm going to be yet. I guess we'll take the Tinker's Toad again. Envoy is the only thing kind of on color. Captivating Cave is a mana filter. How has there been 0 ramp in this entire pack? I guess we'll take River Herald. I guess we'll take Companions because they're sticking me with it. Let's get a better pack here. Alright, Dire Flail is pretty good. Red is one of our Dino colors. Earthshaker Dreadmaw is amazing in the Dino deck, so I think we're going to go ahead and lean into that. Compass Gnome puts a land on top of your deck, so it's more fixing than ramp, but still pretty good. Hopefully that'll wheel around. I think Dreadmaw is going to be my pick here. Flail is really good, but Dreadmaw is going to be our card advantage engine for the late game. After we dump our hand, he'll help us refill it. The only Dino is Cavern Stomper. Still no ramp. We do have Kutzil Exemplar. Prevents your opponents from interacting on your turn. Does have some card advantage. I guess we'll go with that. Colossal Dactyl is a good Dino. Caslam's Stone Tree. Look at the top 6. Put a land onto the battlefield tap. That is some ramp. I think I have to take the ramp here. Poison Dart Frog is ramp. Kincaller is a good Dino. But once again, I think I need the ramp. We do have Panicked Altosaur is a really good Dino. With reach and deals 2 damage to an opponent at the end of turn, or at the end of their turn, so that is really good. But I'm not really on red. And if I'm going to be splashing red, I'd like it for something a little better than that. Since I am mostly white-green, I kind of like Mischievous Pup here. As a protection spell. Like, if they wanted to, say, kill my Dreadmaw, I could Pup, bounce it, and then cast Dreadmaw again, refilling my hand once more. What do we have here? Spelunking, draw a card, put a land onto the battlefield. If it was a cave, gain 4 life. It's technically ramp if I have a card in hand, if I have an extra land in hand. So I guess we'll go with that. There's really nothing else there that I really care about. Twists and turns. If you would explore, scry first, and then it turns into a cave. You may reveal a creature to put into your hand. I do like the Mycoid Maze part of it. I don't really have the explore triggers to turn it on. Oh, you don't need to turn it. It doesn't flip with explore. It just flips with lands entering the battlefield. So if I have 7 lands, it will give me my 8th land. I'd really rather it go before that. But really, that's kind of all I've got here. We do have another Stone Tree here. But I think I'm going to take the Cosmium Blast. It is removal, and I don't have a lot of removal. Ancestor's Aid is a good combat trick. It does give me a treasure token, so that's kind of ramp. But I think we'll go with Cosmium Blast here. It's a really good combat trick. Really good removal. Only thing here is Stomper, maybe Compass Gnome to help with some land fixing. We'll take the Dino. Shoot, I should have taken the Gnome. I guess we'll take that one. Iron Paw Aspirant is really good. Disturbed Slumber makes a land into a 4/4 that has to be blocked. I mean, it's a decent combat trick, I guess, but I think we'll take the Cave. Put a creature and or land into your hand. Alright. Malamet Scythe. And here we get a treasure map. Scry 1, put a landmark counter, then if there are 3, transform it and create 3 treasures. Sacrifice a treasure to draw a card. Okay, I mean, I do like the scry abilities on that. We do have a second Kutzil, though. Scytheclaw Raptor is really good, but I don't think I'm on red at this point. Although that would be a good reason to splash. But I think we'll go with the treasure map here. It's kind of slow ramp, but it does give me 3 treasure tokens after it flips. A third Kutzil here. Okay. Yeah, we'll grab Kutzil. Another Dart Frog, so yeah, I do definitely want that. It is firmly in the ramp category. Quaddle Scavenger is pretty good in that when it enters the battlefield, you can get something back out of your graveyard. Or we've got Armored Kincaller, which does go on the Dino plan. They're both 3 power for 3 mana. Do I want the 3 life or do I want to get something out of my graveyard? Kincaller is probably... Well, Kincaller is good at any point in the game because I'm probably going to have another dinosaur in my hand, whereas Quaddle Scavenger is only good in the late game when I've got 4 permanents in my graveyard. If I draw this early game, it's just a body. So I think we're going to go with the Kincaller here. Plus, as a dino, it helps my dino plan. Is this a 4th Kutzil? Holy crap. I think white-green is the correct color to be in this draft. I just don't know that I've got the right cards for it. The only thing here, we've got Basking Capybara, Deconstruction Hammer, so I guess we'll take the hammer. Another Kincaller or a Nursery. I think I'll take the Kincaller. Stone Tree for ramp. Stone Tree for ramp. What's Over the Edge do? Artifact Enchantment or Explore again. It's not bad. I think I'd rather go for the Malamet side, though. If I'm going to get something +2, I'd rather do it at Flash. Nothing really here. Nothing really here. Promising Vein is an Evolving Wilds. Will help with mana fixing. Nothing here. Alright, well, let's build a deck. I don't really care for Companion here. The map token is good. I'm not really an Explorer deck. The map, I mean, it's just, yeah, no, it's not very good. Blowgun, once again, I don't really care for this card too much. Death Touch is great, but it's only on your turn, not as great. Helping Hand, it's Draft Chaff. Creature with mana value 3 or less. I mean, it can get Kutzil back, and maybe a couple other things, but really most of my things are going to be on the top end, so I don't think I'm really going to worry about that. Family reunion, same thing. Creatures gain +1 until end of turn or hexproof. It is pretty good protection, but I mean, I think my best protection is just casting it again. Or Mischievous Pup is pretty good protection too, so I think we'll go with that. Hammer is really good, does destroy an artifact or enchantment. It's kind of in our maybe pile. Twists and turns. I do like the tap ability on the maze to look at the top 4 cards, put a creature into hand. At that point, you've got 8 lands, so you're going to be able to cast it. The rest of it, I don't think does a whole lot for me, so I think that's on my maybe pile too. Sunscribe, it's really just an early body, doesn't really do a whole lot for my deck. Cosmium Blast, yes. Removal, Aspirant is pretty good. A 2-drop, 2/3. Saw Blades is good. Dart Frog, absolutely. Buried Treasure is fixing, and the Discover 5 can hit, well, none of my big stuff. So really, I don't know, if it can't hit my big stuff, is it really? Well, it is still fixing, so I don't know. We'll take a look at Treasure Map is fixing, and or ramp. Envoy doesn't really do a whole lot for the deck other than provide a mana sink. Mischievous Pup is my protection. Tinker's Toe is just good bodies. I don't know. The Presence of Ages. You put a creature or land into your hand, but that's just like one time. I don't know. And the rest goes into your graveyard. We'll go ahead and cut that. The Stone Tree is pretty good ramp. Oh, but Craft with Cave? I don't really have a whole lot of caves for it. Yeah, I've only got... Well, I do have the Captivating Veins, Promising Vein, Captivating Cave, and Hidden Courtyard. I do have 4 caves. So I do have a chance of crafting the Stone Tree. Plus, I can craft out of my graveyard. So I can use the Promising Vein to get a basic land and then still craft out of my graveyard. So that's not necessarily bad. I don't know if I'm going to want all 3, though. Maybe just 2. Malamet Scythe. That's basically just going to be a combat trick. So I think we might cut those 2. River Herald's Guide is pretty good. It's a 4/2 sure. Spelunking is kind of ramp. That it puts an extra land on the battlefield. Late game, it does absolutely nothing, though. I don't know. If I had more caves, I think this would be good. But I think we'll go ahead and cut it. Kutzel is really good as a legendary. I don't know. And I really don't have a whole lot of ways of getting greater power on things. I don't have a whole lot of explorers. I do have the hammer, though. That would work. So we'll put the hammer back in for Kutzel. The hammer works well with Kutzel. Malamet Scythe does work good with Kutzel, too. So we'll put one of those back in. Alright, so we are at 44. I have 4 maybes. I have 5 maybes. Okay, which one of these do I want to keep? I think I will keep Envoy for the mana sink because I don't really have a late game mana sink aside from just dropping big stuff. And so we'll cut the Tinker's Totes, the Sunscribe, and the Twisted Turns. Let's see, as far as my colors go, I am very heavy green, not very heavy white. I currently have 7 and 7. But all of my early plays are white. I don't really have my green until late. So I do want to be heavier white so that I have more things to do in the early game. So I think we'll go up a plains, down a forest. 2, 3, 4, and 17 lands. Normally I go 16, but because I'm focusing on some heavy hitters here, I think this is what we're going to go with for white-green dinos. Maybe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I did kind of force a Dino's archetype. It's not the Dino's archetype I would have wanted. There wasn't really any ramp in the packs, and like I didn't even see the Dino signpost card once. So I mean, this was just a really, really bad pack. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that like button while you're there. It'll really push this content out into the algorithm so that we can get more people in here figuring out what I did wrong so that you can avoid the same mistakes in your draft. The biggest mistake I think I made on this one so far is the turn 1 Cavern Stomper and forcing Dino's deck. That really, really wasn't there. Alright, here we are with the 0 color starting hand. Oh my god. Well, we do have our Forest Cycler. We can get Treasure Map. So, honestly, as bad as this hand is, I think I'm going to keep it. Hey, look, a forest. Alright. So, I think we're going to go ahead and start with that. Turn 2, I can Promising Bane for my lanes. Which I'm gonna have to do. Alright, so I think I go Cave into Ixalan. He'll probably end up dying. I probably should have gone Aspirant, but I'm kind of expecting him to Volatile Fault my Captivating Cave. Captivating Cave does work really well with Ixalan. It gives those 2+1 counters. Yep, there we go. I was absolutely expecting that, or something along those same veins. But interesting that he's not attacking. Alright, so here we can... Treasure Map. I think I'm going to Courtyard. And we'll go ahead and do our first scry with the Treasure Map. Lanes. I mean, I do want the... Yeah, I do want lands because I need to get up to 6 mana. That will be my 6th mana, but I'll need a 7th to transform one of them to green. Okay, that could be bad. I probably should have scribed that to the bottom to go for a forest, and if that didn't work, just cycled for one, rather than trying to dig for 7. I still can. Probably he's going to... that Spooner is going to be a problem. I don't think I have a clean answer for it. Maybe I have a clean answer for it. Except that means I'm not going to be able to Forest Cycle because I would need to draw the frog. I should have Forest Cycled first. I should have forest cycled first, because that would have made sure I had my forest for next turn, and then done the treasure map. Oh well. Am I even? Okay. And now I have to sacrifice a creature, which I guess I'll just sacrifice Kutzel. He's not really doing me any good as a 1/1 anyway. If I would have found my dog, I could have bounced Kutzel and then replayed him. Alright, so he's going to crew the schooner with both creatures, so that way both creatures will explore. Oh no, only target creature explores, so only one of them gets to explore. So he really just tapped the second creature for no reason. But I didn't know that either. So you live, you learn, and that is the point of this channel, is to learn the way things work and how properly to play this glorious and wonderful game. I mean, there's really no reason to block. We'll go to my turn, we'll get the Dart Frog. Envoy, nah, we'll go ahead and bottom that. I don't know, maybe I should have topped that. It is a mana sink. I do have a lot of mana, as I could flood the board with 1/1s. Let's go ahead and Caverns Stomper here, blowing one of my treasures. I do like both of those cards. Yeah, let's go that way, because next turn I can Dart Frog and Kin Color, and that will give me my 7th mana to actually start casting Bristlebats. Yeah, I'm not going to block the Death Touch. Maybe I shouldn't attack with the Aspirant, so maybe he can, but I don't know. I'll go ahead and take this one. So let's go ahead and Kin Color to gain 3 life. Since I control another dinosaur, I don't have to reveal anything. And we'll just pass the turn here, because, well, let's go ahead and swing the Cavern Stomper. Why not? If he double blocks, then I probably should have swung the Cavern Stomper first, but I didn't know I was going to attack. I should have planned out my turn and figured out that I was going to attack and swung first before I tapped out, because then I could have bluffed some kind of combat trick. It looks like opponent is going for the double block here. They're just going to chump it? Okay. I mean, that's not what I was hoping would happen. I did kind of set myself up for a bad backswing, but... Oh well. I mean, they were going to do that anyway, this turn, so at least I got rid of a creature on their side before that happened. If he does crew with the Wanderglyph and make it into a 5/6... Alright. Alright, we went over this before. The trigger only happens once. So he just tapped his second creature for no value. So he does have a 5/6, which is kind of bad for me. But I'm going to lose something if I block the schooner anyway, so... You know what? I think we'll go ahead and do this. I'll lose one of them, probably the kin caller, but he will lose his ability to explore. And I have another Cavern Stomper anyway. So I am leaving my frog up as a blocker with his death touch potential. Ooh, I do like to have another frog. Buried treasure, I don't really need the mana, so we'll go ahead and bottom that. We'll keep the frog on top though. I don't think he attacks here. He doesn't really have very good attacks. He is attacking with the death touch. Okay. Sure. Is he gonna combat trick it? No, we'll just trade. Alright, that works. Alright, let's swing with the Stomper. If he double blocks, I'll take out the Wanderglyph at least. If he takes 7, he takes 7. Sure, let's Bristleback. I don't like tapping the frog, but I don't like the one with the treasure either. I mean, either way, I wasn't using up the frog. Exile a non-land card until the bat leaves the battlefield. So he's probably going to take the Bristleback. Well, I have absolutely no problem blocking the bat with my frog. Or anything else for that matter. He's going to swing. I will block it. I will absolutely double block it. We'll go swinging in with the Stomper again. Once again, I should have saved my Dart Frog, because if he blocked with the bat, I could have played the Bristleback. But now that my green is tapped, I really can't. But yeah, he's just going to chump again. That's perfectly fine. I'm getting his creatures off the battlefield one by one. And now I have just very good blocks if he wants to swing in. Lodestone can keep something tapped down. Not ideal. I'd probably still tap down the Stomper, because the 5/5 you can deal with the Glyph. Yep, and that's what the opponent was thinking too. Okay, he's going to have to get his explorability back. Alright, well that can prove problematic in the very near future. Oh, he's going on the bat? Alright. I figured he'd pump up the Wanderglyph. Finally find our second forest. I think we are going to sacrifice our cave to pump up the Bristleback. Swing with our 7/7. Yeah, they're blocks with the bat or the Wander, or both. He could block with both. No, he's sacrificing the Wanderglyph. He's going all in on that bat, isn't he? Alright. I think we'll go ahead and use our Treasure Cove here to draw a card. I don't really need my treasures that much anymore. The cards are going to help me out a lot more. And we draw a Cosmium Blast. Alright. And a Deconstruction Hammer. I'm tempted to Courtyard, but I think we'll just go to combat. We'll just swing with those. He has to block or he dies. Or he could bounce. That works too. He's not blocking. Alright. So he goes down to 4. We just cast it again. And so now I've still got lethal threats. So yeah, he's gonna have to do something next turn. We do want to drop our land so that I have 2 mana open for Dart Frogs, Death Touch, or Cosmium Blast. And opponent's just giving up. Once again, 0 colors. Wow. I mean, alright. I can either... Sure, we'll go with the Buried Treasure. That'll give me a color. I can Forest Cycle, I can Buried Treasure, I can Promising Vein. I've got ways of pulling colors. Alright, so... I can Envoy here, or I can pull a Forest. I mean, we'll take 2 here. There's no getting around that. Suppose we'll drop Envoy just so we have a body. I do have 5 mana to sink into him. Except, yeah, that's okay, that's not a tap ability. I can still use that to make 1/1s. Not that 1/1s are... Well, a 1/1 would block the Compass Gnome, wouldn't it? Now, because he played an artifact, he gets to put a card into his hand for free. Which is just stupid broken. I have 6 mana. So let's drop the Cavern Stomper and see what happens. Hey, now I get my ramp tree. Well, it does convert to a 5/5, which could be good. It does put a land onto the battlefield. I am going to want to get up to 6 for Bristleback, so I think we'll go ahead. We'll tuck the Plains just so that I can see 6 fresh cards. Or I could have kept the land there as a guaranteed hit. So he does sack the Lodestone to give his stuff +1 counters. Nothing by itself is a match for the Stomper, though. So let's go ahead and start off with the Stone Tree. I do have a Cave-In Graveyard that I can craft with, so I do have that 5/5 pretty much on par. It enters the battlefield tapped anyway, so I might as well get the Cave. And I have 2 mana open, so let's go ahead and drop the Dart Frog. And I suppose we'll just go ahead and pass the turn with my Stomper up the block. Alright, so now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dart Frog makes 7. Alright. So I can cast Bristleback. Alright, well, Hammer does make Stone Tree worse because he can just kill it straight out. Oh, yep, he gets to draw a card because of the hammer. Yep. Oh, as long as he's got that hammer, I really can't use Stone Tree to turn into Strider because he'll just kill it for 3 mana. Honestly, I'd be better using my mana just to pop out random 1/1s. Let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we discover into. Sure, we'll go ahead and cast that. Why not? That does leave up both Saw Blades and Pup. I really don't have any good attacks. I mean, Cavern Stomper can attack, but I don't really... I mean... Okay, he's got a Market Gnome, which means he's going to draw from Tackle again. I need to kill that, but he's not going to block with it, and I can't force him to unless I start attacking. And the more time I give him to bring out chump blockers, the worse my attacks are going to get. So I think I need to just bite the bullet, swing in. So we will go ahead and... Alright, let's just do it. I don't like opponents got all that mana open, it's got all these chump blockers. I don't think this is the right call, but I don't really have another choice. So I'm gonna have to do this at some point. Alright, so no combat trick. We got rid of some of his big boys. I think we'll just end the turn. Alright, that's something that can keep growing pretty big, yeah. Tap the hammer and the gnome to give it another +1 counter. Yep. Alright, I think that required 6. So we'll go ahead and craft that with my Promising Vein. Make a 5/5. He does have mana open to use the hammer. Let's see if he does it. Because if so, I can trap his gem card. He does not. Oh, another hammer. that is no bueno for me. And he's got another hammer on top of his library. Oh, hail. Yep, that's gonna get big. So yeah, he's gonna draw that hammer. No, he mills the hammer. Okay, I wonder what he did draw. There's no reason to keep the Promising Vein on the battlefield, honestly. It's just colorless mana. I might as well get a color out of it. And he's gonna kill my frog for it. Alright, sure. Here you go. He's going to get an artifact back from his graveyard. Yep. Tap something down. Yep. Alright. That's been a really good artifact and a really big, like, just thorn in my side every time it comes out. Like, it taps something down, and then just the explore side of it makes something really big, and there's just, I don't know, it's just not good. Alright. He's expecting me to dart. He's got to have some way of getting it back. Because he knows I'm going to do this. Let's go ahead and scry on end step. I don't need a forest. Sure, we'll... Alright, we'll go ahead and keep him on top, might as well. So it looks like I've got a good blocker here in my 5/5, but I really don't because he can just tap to kill it. My actual win con is letting my opponent deck himself off of Ackle Packle. Because whenever he casts an artifact, he removes 2 cards out of his deck. So that's what I'm going for. Okay, a 6/6. He's got mana up. So I think we'll go ahead block with the token. We'll block with the River Herald Guide. Make him use a combat trick. Alright, that's one that he won't have later. Oh shoot, I could have... Well, no, I didn't have enough mana to top. Oh well, that's fine. He's got another gem card. That's why he didn't mind sacrificing the first one. That's not a May ability either. He has to look at the top 2 cards, put one into his hand and the other into his graveyard. We'll go ahead and do another scrap. Well, I don't know why I did that. I already know what's on top. Yes, I want him on top. So I do get another counter on him. Armor Kin Color lets me... Yup. Just gonna pass the turn, see what he's got. Alright, he can give something Death Touch. He played another artifact, which is another 2 cards out of his deck. So if he goes through 3 cards per turn, he's now at 4 cards in hand, or 4 cards in his deck. He's going to lose 2 at the end of this turn. He's only got 2 turns left to kill me before he just decks himself. bounce it. I take 0 damage. He's gonna re-equip for whatever reason. The death touch doesn't stay. Oh, he just wants a 7/7 in case I swing in with the Stomper. Let's go ahead and do a scry at end of turn. Deconstruction hammer. I kind of like that. That answers the gem guard quite cleanly. So I don't have enough mana to do Envoy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and Kin Color. So I think we'll just drop Kin Color because I need 3 mana to use the hammer, which gives me 3 mana left to work with. Oh no, I've got those. I can do Envoy and... Alright, so yeah, we're just going to pass the turn here. Opponent has 3 cards left in the deck. So they don't have to kill me this turn, but if they play an artifact, they have to kill me next. He is still pumping the gem guard. Alright. You go, buddy. Yep, it's really big. We will activate Envoy to create a 1/1. We'll go to blockers. We will just chump that. And then we will destroy artifact or enchantment. He's going to equip the Sun Wing or the Guide Wing to make a really big flying attacker, but it's not gonna be big enough. It can't be. Alright, he gets a 5/5 vehicle. And an artifact entered the battlefield. He was doing so good until then. Now he has exactly 1 card left in hand, or in his deck, which means that he has to kill me this turn. And I don't think he can do it. He has to find some way of doing 21 damage to me this turn. That's not going to kill him because Acklepackle says you look at the top 2 cards and put 1 into your hand. It does not actually say draw. So he's not going to draw out for casting that artifact. But as soon as he passes the turn to me, I just pass the turn right back, and he loses. So he has to go for an alpha strike here. He has to swing everything and hope that it's enough. Yeah, no sense in swinging with the 0/3, is there? So that is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 18, 23 damage. It is enough to kill me. But we'll go ahead and do a block there, a block there. Alright, so we've blocked everything we can. I can't block the flyer. Combat damage happens. I don't come anywhere near to dying. And then I just pass the turn back to the opponent. They can't draw from an empty deck and lose the game. That one was fun. hell. Yeah, I've been on mute for the past, like, I don't know, 2.5 games. So, yeah, like I said at the end of last game, let me know in the comments below. Anytime you see me punt, like the 5 times I did in this game, because, I mean, opponent just pumps up Vito, swings. I mean, he's got me. I mean, so yeah, if I would have not blocked with River Herald Guide, put the Scythe on it, I would have been able to attack with a Vigilant Attacker, a 6/4 Vigilant Attacker, been able to make him possibly chump block, been able to do some actual blocks. But here he just activates Vito once and I'm dead. Yep, that's it. Or he just swings around me. He's got enough creatures. And color screwed again. I suppose I don't have anything to do until turn 3 anyway, so I might as well keep it. We'll start off with 0 information. Oh good, another black opponent. Which means that they've got that stupid dagger that's going to make me sacrifice whatever creature I put out. I'm just glad I found my 3rd land so that I could actually do something. If you descended, put a +1 counter on something. Alright, well, that's going to be annoying. And... oh, it's petrified. Alright. Well, I mean, all of her abilities are still active, so that doesn't really do much of anything. I could do the ramp, but, let's go for the ramp, sure. I don't know, is it really ramp if that was your actual land drop for the turn anyway? Oh my god, he gets another big boy. Alright, well, let's drop skin color, I suppose. We'll show the Dreadmaw to gain 3 life. And keep up Cosmium Blast. When that dies, he gets 2 fungus. Should still stop him from attacking, though. Or not. Why do they always have that one? All right. I did not want to take 4. I wanted to Cosmium Blast the Mycoid, but now it's just really big. At least I can draw a card off of Earthshaker. Really? We'll take 7. This is ridiculous. Get rid of land. I mean, really, I probably shouldn't do that. I probably do need lands. Dear Lord, stop with the freaking removal already. So, I mean, that does suck. I don't get to use Captivating Cave. I can still craft it, though, from the graveyard, so it's not a terrible loss, but I don't know. Opponent's just got his deck built to where he can descend every turn, and he's almost at 4-3 flyer, which is, I don't have a way of stopping. So he's going to descend again. You get another +1 counter. Do I drop the scythe? I don't think I like that as a combat trick, but triple bottom? Dang. Alright. Honestly, if I'm the opponent here, I'm thinking this is very sus. Double block with the Mycoid Spike Tail is probably what I would do. He's just gonna take it. I think I'm still gonna do that so that I get the draw trigger off of Utzel. Really hoping for a land. Ah! I should have frogged. Because I've got 3 different mana sources essentially in my hand. I'm bitching about mana, but I'm not playing any of them. If I attack here and here, he just chumps that with probably Archaeologist, kills Dreadnought. Actually, I should have gone for the Vein because that would have been... Oh, okay, I've already got a Vein in there. I've got 2 caves in my graveyard. I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. Buried Treasure. And then use that for Dark Frog. Start the token factory. He should just cash in. Okay, there's the red splash. I don't know how I beat Victorious. It's just a free 3/2 every turn, and that is just gonna add up super fast. So we'll put that in hand. I mean, he just just puts enough stuff in front of it to kill it. Probably sacrifices the mycoid plus, I don't know, archaeologist, something like that. I don't know how I beat Quintorius. I can't get through to him to kill him, so he's just going to keep creating creature advantage until he can just swing around me. I mean, Frog's a good blocker, but it doesn't seem to do anything for me. I can equip my scythe, but anything I attack with will just get chump blocked by tokens. And he can just swing around me because he's got creature production with Quintorius and his whatever those are. I don't have a way out of this. Yeah, that sucks. That's the draft. Quintorius just wins games. I don't know how Quintorius loses. Alright, well, that just sucked. The first game was amazing. The second game was, long but beautiful. And then I just got shit on. Yeah, this isn't a good deck. I'm sure you can tell me 20 different ways in the comments below how I could have made it better. And how I could have navigated those games better and all of the mistakes I was making. But this deck, it's not a 2-3 deck. I should have at least gone 3-3, possibly even 4-3. This is not a bad deck. It's not a good deck. After all, I built it. But it's not a bad deck. And it's just feels so bad going two wins and then 3 losses. Like, yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good. Oh, no, I just suck. And it's just so demoralizing. Anyway, put a like on this video just to pity me, because I honestly don't know why I play this stupid game. And comment down below any way I could have salvaged any of this mess, so that maybe, just maybe, we won't suck so much in the future. Y'all have a nice day. I'll see you in the next video, if there is one.